This week on Big Wave Digging Life.
All right, let me try to get some water on this just in case. I don't know what it is. It does not look like a coin. Oops, used a lot of water today. Oh my God. Oh my God. Kind of hippie signal and went down there and I thought I had a quarter at first, but I think this may be a token here. Just getting ready to get into my truck. It's sitting right over here. And I think I might have another silver dime. Really good dime signal. Just flipped it out, not very deep. Let me clean it up. But that is a freaking Indian head right there. It's a buffalo flipping nickel. I don't know if this is silver or not, but it sure came up looking pretty shiny. Well, guess what? I'm gonna have to do some research, but I think this is a silver coin. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's totally a barber. Finally. I have been doing this for 2 years, folks, and this is the first time I finally found one. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it is a skeleton key. Back out to this 1893 house, and I got my first coin right in the front yard here. I think it's a nickel. Definitely don't think it's silver, but that doesn't mean it's not too, older. Let me clean it up and see if I can figure out how old. Tell you what, that was a lot of work cleaning just to find out. I believe it's 1990, which is as old as my oldest son, but not as old as I thought it was going to be. It kind of looked older. Anyway, that's my first coin. I got my first old coin of the day. I kind of lost it down there. It's in the bottom. Oh, let me turn my pinpointer off. Down the bottom of the hole. Where'd it go? There it is. There it is. And I think it looks like it might be a wheat penny, so this might take some cleaning. It's pretty torched, so I'm going to clean it and I'll see if I can find out. Very torched wheat penny. I almost feel like at one point I may have seen 1934. I don't know if you can see anything. I cannot figure it out. It's really, really worn out. But anyway, it's a wheat penny. It looks obviously fairly old, but my first old coin, dropped it. There, now I gotta find it again, but anyway, my first old coin of the day. I just got a kind of hippie signal and went down there and I thought I had a quarter at first, but I think this may be a token here. It's got it's got an elk on there. Elks Club, Bakersfield, 12.5 cents. So somebody brought one of these up from California. Let me clean it up. This looks pretty cool. There's my token a little bit cleaned up, even though it didn't need a lot. Elks Club, 12.5 cents probably, Bakersfield. So I'll have to do some research and find out if because there's no date on it. It does say number 266, so that must be the lodge number. But that's a cool looking token, so I'll do some research and hopefully find out approximately the year. I got an interesting find here. It's just a small piece of metal, but it ended up having writing on it. And if you can read it there, it says ball jelly glass. So I think that's pretty cool. So that was a ball jar with some preserves or something in. I don't see any glass down there, but definitely got that part of it. So I'll take it. It's pretty cool. In the same hole, I went to recheck the hole, and there was probably about 50 nails in there, but there are also more parts of glass, which this one has a little bit of writing on it. Looks like B-E-N, and then Ben, and it's got a S-C-H-L-O, so Ben Slow something. So it was a big bottle, and here's the bottle. I think this is the bottom of that bottle that I found the top to it. It looks like the right shape. So anyway, a bunch of glass and a bunch of nails in there too. I kept on sifting through this dirt and I found a really cool piece. I wish it was the whole thing. It looks like a plate or maybe a vase. It's got like a sparrow or something on it. Definitely very cool. It's nice that I have almost a complete bird on whatever piece I found of this thing that's broken here, but that is a very cool looking. Got another interesting find here. I think it may be a drawer pull. Boy, it's heavy, and it fell right down, back down that hole. Looks like it got some paint on it. Definitely looks like something to that effect. Let me clean it up a little more and see if I can tell what it is. It's cleaned up a little bit. It looks like probably it would have been a screw or something on this end, so it's definitely like a drawer pull or something, but that feels like lead. It's very heavy. Anyway, pretty ornate, and definitely looks like period. Once again, this is an 1893 house, so I keep hoping to find something about that time period, but this definitely looks like it's older. I think I finally got a second wheat penny today, a second old coin. Definitely looks, it's like orange. Usually those are like the newer ones, but that's definitely a 1 cent on that side. So let's see if I might be able to get it. Now, of course, the dirt's right over the top of the date. Here, let me use it. There, oops. Definitely not in the greatest shape. Well, let me clean it up because I don't know if I can get the date right now. Wheat penny, but it's a 1956, I think that's an S, maybe it's a D wheat cent. So at least it's another wheat, my second wheat of the day, along with all these relics I've been finding. All right, well, I got my second nickel for the day. I don't know how old it is. Quite a ways down. I started moving up towards the front of the house. Let me see if I can get this in focus here. Let me clean it up, and then I'll get it. 1990s nickel. So I sure think there should be some buffalo nickels or something else in here, even V nickels, but definitely weird to find this age that far down. Got to the curb strip. I think I had found one other wheat penny, but I think I found another wheat penny. Been hoping for some silver, and now that I know there's wheat pennies in this curb strip, I'm definitely going to dig here. I almost feel it's from the 50s again, and I've gotten a lot of from the 50s. I think it says 53. Yeah, let me get it in focus here. 1953, and probably an S. Anyway, so definitely should be some silver. I got to find that silver. I think I got a spill. I don't have very high hopes for it, but a couple of coins fell out of this. I don't know if there's more in there, but I see at least two here. I don't know what that is. That looks interesting. This looks interesting. Let me get some water here just in case it's silver, but I don't think that's a coin. I'm not sure what that is. Let me let's try to get some water on this just in case. I don't know what it is. It does not look like a coin. Oops. Used a lot of water today. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's a seated dime. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe it. I don't know what the other coin is, but this is a seated dime. This is on 1888. By 1 year, the oldest coin I've ever found. I definitely never found one of those and never expected to find one right in this curb strip. Unbelievable. I thought it was a token. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. This is my first seated dime ever. Bad news is I got it a little bit. I was trying to get it was way down in these rocks. So one of the rocks or my shovel got it, but I don't tell you what, I will take it. I had never ever in a million years thought I was going to get one of those here. This house is a little bit older than that, but unbelievable. I just found this. All right, well, I got you here. I'm going to put the dime over here, and look at that baby. It's beautiful. And then I'm going to see what this coin is, because this was in here. It was a spill, so I don't know what this one is. Let me it might just be a wheat penny. Anyway, let me clean this. Shows you just never know. This is just a memorial penny. It was right next to that seated dime. So I'm going to double check this hole for sure, but man, that just made my day big time. It's been a while since I found silver, and if you're going to find silver, you might as well make it a seated interesting dime. Find quite a ways down. Of course, my heart's still pounding after that seated dime, but I think I got a wrench down here. You can see it. I thought it was a nail at first. I don't know if I can get it out. I might have to work it some more. Anyway, you can see that end of it. I'll see if we can get it. Well, there's my wrench. Looks like the handle's kind of beat up, but definitely looks like an old wrench that's been down there a while. I don't know the age or if there'll be a way to tell. I gotta get my electrolysis thing going. I got some of the supplies for it. I just think you need to start doing that. See if I can clean some of these things up that I find. Anyway, kind of an interesting find. Another coin signal down from that where I found that seated dime. This is not a dime, looks like a penny, but I think if I get close, you can see this is exactly how it fell out. I think it fell out of this clump over here. Fell down there in the hole, and you can see the 1 cent right there. So let's see, it looks like a pretty green one. A little dirty on the other side. Let me clean her up here. Fourth wheat penny for the day, a 1942S. So the wheat pennies haven't been as old as I've been finding. I found, I think a 1912 is the oldest wheat penny. But now that I'm back in the 1800s, everything seems very new. I was just getting ready to get into my truck. It's sitting right over here, and I think I might have another silver dime. Really good dime signal. Just flipped it out, not very deep. Let me clean it up. All right, let's get this thing cleaned up here. It's like a rosy, but I think it's silver for sure. Look at that. It's coming off everywhere except the date. I think it's from 56. So I got my second silver of the day right before I was gonna leave. I will take it. 2 silvers a day, 56 and 1988, or I'm sorry, 1888. It's all cleaned up. My 1956, I think. Oh, the mint mark, is that on this side? I always forget. I think it's there's a mint mark or something there. Some kind of mark there. I'll have to look this up, but whoops, dropped it. Got the dropsies today. I got a little shook up after that, finding that seated. I think it's actually right there. It's a Denver Mint, so 1956 Denver Mint Roosevelt dime, 90% silver. There's the board, or maybe it's a paper bag for this week's hunt. I just got done doing that. I'm really worn out. I spent a long time digging holes, found lots of nails as usual and random stuff, but end of the day in an epic fashion. So let's get started. All right, so did find a lot of glass. There was one hole that I dug, and I think there were just nails as far as the metal stuff goes, a bunch of nails. But it looked like lots of stuff was dumped there, maybe in where they put their trash in that part of the property. Found lots of pieces of glass. Like I say, this is like a top of, I think, some kind of a medicine ball. You see it's round, and that's just part. And then later, right before I covered the hole back in, I found that, I think, which is the other side of the bottom of the glass. I think it would have been something, you know, that went up here like that. So that was, I like finding that kind of stuff, even though it's not a whole glass. It just kind of shows me what possibilities are. I found this one, looked it up. Ben Schloss was his name. The company that made these, they had patented a certain type of canning jar. So this is very thick, big piece. I wish I could have found the jar. I was hoping, once I started finding the glass, I was hoping there was a jar in there with a bunch of coins in it. That's always the dream. Then there's a piece of glass, looked like it was something fairly ornate. And then there was that green glass, which would have been probably a really pretty bottle. And this is another glass object I found there. I think it's the innards of some kind of a light bulb, old school light bulb or something. It's pretty cool. It definitely looks old. And then let's see what else. No, this is another piece that was in that same hole. I've always felt like I was fairly lucky when I find stuff that there's, that's my cat in the background. Well, it's not my cat, my stepdaughter's cat, very noisy. There's the board, or paper bag is actually what it is for this week's hunt. It turned out, started off fairly decent. I found some stuff, but ended in pretty epic fashion. So first of all, a lot of the stuff you'll see, there's glass up there. I found this all in the same hole. There's a bunch of nails in there, and of course I just kept digging and digging. you know, I didn't want to dig up their yard too much, but there was a whole, I think, dump area there. So lots of different parts of bottles and things. This one looked like an old medicine bottle. There's the top, and I think this is the bottom of it. But that would have been cool to find. And then this is a company, I looked it up, Ben Schloss is what it ends up being. They patented a certain type of canning jar, but this is real thick, so this would have been a real thick, big jar. And a couple of ornate pieces here. This green glass would have been fine to find if I'd have found the whole thing. And that, excuse me, this is like the innards of an old light bulb or something. It's definitely looks old. I'll have to do some more research on that one. And then what else? This piece here was real fun to find. So if you're gonna find just a shard of old crockery, or I mean, it could have been a cup or whatever, you might as well find the piece that kind of shows you what it had as a design, which pretty much the entire bird is on here. So when I saw that, I saw this color, I was like, oh, that looks interesting, and definitely ended up being a cool piece. I'm gonna eventually try to take all these and put them in like a frame or something of all the different pieces of crockery and stuff I find. And then what else? Here's another piece of the crockery. I guess I'll put that over there. And then this was an interesting find. It is very heavy, feels like lead, and it's like some kind of a drawer pull. Looks like there's probably been a nail or a screw there, but definitely very old looking. The house being from 1893, I think this thing is at least from the 20s, if not earlier. It's definitely a pretty cool piece. And then this one was interesting. At first I didn't think much of it. It's a pretty flat piece, like tube of some kind. And then I look closer, and I don't know if you can see it here. Let me see if I can get it in focus. There's some writing, and it's basically a name of a company. Let's see if it's this way. I can't remember which direction it went. It's kind of hard to see. Basically, it's lipstick, a lipstick tube, and it's made by a company that they basically say that you can't kiss it off. So it's like... let's see sorry, I'm trying to figure out which way it goes. All right, you got it to where you can see it a little bit better. I believe it's, was it Delica, something like that. And it's kiss proof. And so when I saw a kiss proof, it just seemed like a more modern term or something. Actually, the company started in 1920. So this is an old school makeup brand. I read a part of an article that said basically at some point they had to discontinue their stuff because they were putting some stuff in their makeup that wasn't so good for you. So anyway, a piece of looks like nothing, but ended up being kind of a cool relic from the 20s. See, and I also found a ton of clad. Today I found like 3 nickels in a row, it felt like, but I found a couple of quarters and a bunch of pennies. And then I started hitting on the wheats. I hit one in the yard that never will find the date. Most of them are from the 50s, and I think there was one from the 40s. I think what I ended up with five wheat pennies. And then this was a fun piece. So this is token, I don't know if you can see it here. Let me go get some more light here. My place I'm doing my wrap up isn't very bright. So anyway, it's a elk obviously on the front. It says 266, and that is the Elks Club in Bakersfield, California. I looked it up, and they started in like 1890s. So this house being from the 1890, maybe they moved up here around that time period. I'm gonna have to do some research about the 12.5 cents, because it's I think the second token that I found that had 12.5 cents. So there's got to be something significant about the half cent on earlier. So earlier I was saying how I'm always finding pieces of just nothing that at least have writing on them to tell you kind of what it was. And I found this piece of metal, and it was near where all that glass was found, and then it says right on there, jelly glass. I don't know where the metal would have been on, if there was maybe on the lid that goes right on top of it might have been on that big glass jar that I found, that part, the bottom of it from I can't remember the name of the Ben Schloss company. So here's this jelly glass. It probably was on the top. Anyway, it's kind of cool that to find this piece, and the writing happens to be still on there. All right, so you saw in the video right before I left, this was probably within the last hour, definitely, before I was leaving. I headed towards the curb strips to see if there was anything left over there. I was kind of slowing down in the yard, and of course you saw that I dug this little mini coin spill, except the other, I don't know if they were spilled at the same time, obviously, because one of them happened to be this coin from the oldest coin I've ever found. Also, definitely my oldest silver coin, and it's 1888. I believe there was no mint mark. The other side's pretty torched, just like the front is. This coin was well loved and well used. Anyway, so I think it's Philadelphia mint mark, and from 1888. Finally got sat down. I always watch these videos and they're saying got sat down, and so when I saw this, it immediately, once I saw that kind of bell shape at the bottom, all of a sudden it hits me that I had just been sat down. So I've been kind of complaining on my videos about being a while since I found silver, and so today came up big with the silver. And there's my final find of the day. I was about ready to get in my car and my truck, and I decided to swing over right near this telephone pole. Got a good signal, and it hit so big that I thought, oh, it's going to be definitely sounded like it was going to be foil or something. It was so bright and big, but that's because it was a silver dime and it was barely under the surface. And so it's a 1956 Roosevelt dime. The mint mark, I can't remember if I looked for one. I think there is one. I think it's a D over there. Anyway, so that's my second silver on the day, and the last find. Okay, well, that's a wrap for this week's video. What an epic find that was today. That seated dime definitely made my day and week and month, and it's been a while since I found a silver, and might as well do it that way. And, you know, then finishing up with another silver really hit the spot. So I'll probably try to go back there again, especially working those curb strips, because now that I know that there's things like that in there. So people are very, very nice, and they said I can come in as many times as I want. So until next time, this is Big Wave Dave saying life is short, keep digging it.